When folks start talking about hand cannons, nothing grabs your attention quite like the 44 Magnum. It is overbuilt, it is iconic, and it has got a reputation that stretches from remote hunting camps all the way to the Hollywood big screens. Now, you do not exactly need a 44 Magnum revolver for every single job, but once you shoot one, you will understand why so many gun owners swear by it. We are talking about a cartridge that can anchor a hog, put down a black bear, or drop a deer at 100 yards with the right load. And the best part is, these revolvers are not just about raw horsepower, they are also built to last, with a level of craftsmanship that makes them an absolute joy to run at the range. So, in this list, we are going to be looking at 6 of the best 44 Magnum revolvers that you can buy today. Some of them are absolute classics, others are modern-day beasts, and every single one of them proves why the 44 Magnum still rules the revolver world. Let's jump right into it. Number 6. The Magnum Research BFR in 44 Magnum. Kicking things off, we've got the Magnum Research BFR, which stands for Big Frame Revolver. This wheelgun has a well-earned reputation for being the big iron of the modern era, and while you will often see it chambered in massive rounds like 45-70 or the 500 S&W Magnum, the 44 Magnum version is certainly no slouch. The BFR is built like an absolute tank. It has a stainless steel frame, an oversized cylinder, and the kind of heft that soaks up recoil in a way that the smaller revolvers simply can't. With barrel lengths starting at 5 inches and stretching all the way out to the longer hunting configurations, it is built to handle full-power Magnum loads without even flinching. Accuracy is one of its biggest strengths. The single-action design gives you a crisp, clean trigger pull. And with that long sight radius, it is not hard to ring steel at 50, 75, or even 100 yards if you do your part. Hunters especially love this gun because it will keep on putting rounds exactly where you want them, even with the hottest of loads. Now, it is not a lightweight carry piece by any means. This is a revolver that you wear in a chest rig out in the field, not something that you are going to be tucking under a jacket. But if you are looking for a break action level powerhouse in a traditional 6-shooter format, the BFR in 44 Magnum earns its place on this list. Number 5. The Smith & Wesson Performance Center Model 629 Hunter. The Model 629 Hunter, which comes out of Smith & Wesson's Performance Center, is where craftsmanship meets raw muscle. Every single revolver that rolls out of the Performance Center gets hand-fitted attention, and you can feel that the moment you cycle the action. This 6-shooter comes with a 7.5-inch barrel, which is topped off with an integrated Picatinny rail for your optics. That means you can throw on a red dot or a scope and turn this thing into a serious hunting handgun. It even ships with a red-green dot sight right in the box, which is a very nice bonus. Recoil management is absolutely top-notch, thanks to the built-in muzzle brake, so you can run those heavy 44 Magnum hunting loads without getting punished too badly. The stainless steel frame is rock solid, and the two-tone finish gives it a very sharp, premium look. The trigger is exactly what you would expect from the Performance Center, smooth in double action and crisp in single action. The lockup is tight with no wiggle, just pure confidence. This is not a budget revolver. At over $1,500, it is an investment. But you are paying for a revolver that is tuned, right out of the box, for hunters and for serious shooters who want a 44 Magnum that they can absolutely trust. Number 4. The Taurus Raging Bull in 44 Magnum. The Taurus Raging Bull is one of those revolvers that made its mark by being unapologetically big and tough. When you see one of these on the firing line, you know that it means business. Taurus built this revolver with hunters in mind, and it shows in every single detail. The first thing that you will notice is the sheer size of it. This wheel gun is heavy, but that weight works in your favor. It soaks up the recoil from those full-power 44 Magnum loads, which makes it much more manageable to shoot than some of the lighter revolvers in the same caliber. The ported barrel and the cushioned grip system add even more control, which is why a lot of shooters say that the Raging Bull is actually fun to shoot, even with the hot loads. The capacity is 6 rounds in that classic Magnum revolver style, and the double-action trigger is a lot smoother than many people would expect from Taurus. The stainless steel finish holds up well out in the field, and those oversized rubber grips with that signature red insert give it that iconic, raging look. Price-wise, it usually comes in below some of the big American brands, which makes it a very attractive option if you want a hard-hitting hunting revolver without having to pay those collector prices. The bottom line is, the Raging Bull was built for power, it was built for the field, and it was built to be shot. Number 3. The Ruger Super RedHawk. The Ruger Super RedHawk has a reputation that is very hard to beat. It is the very definition of overbuilt. Ruger designed this revolver to take a steady diet of the absolute hottest 44 Magnum loads that you can find, and it just shrugs them off like they are nothing. If durability is your top priority, this is a gun that has got your back. The triple locking cylinder is one of its standout features. It locks in at the front, at the rear, and at the bottom, which gives you a rock-solid platform every single time you squeeze that trigger. And that stability translates directly to accuracy, especially when you are running those full-power hunting loads. Add in Ruger's cold hammer-forged barrel, and you have got a revolver that will hold tight groups for decades of shooting. This stainless steel beast has the heft to tame the recoil. And Ruger even cuts the scope mounts right into the top strap. That means you can drop a scope or a red dot right on it without any gunsmithing, which makes it a true hunter's revolver. It is not the prettiest gun in the safe, but it was not built to win any beauty contests. It was built to last a lifetime out in the field. The price usually runs for around $1,400. And while that is not cheap, most of the folks who own one will tell you that it is worth every single penny. The Super RedHawk is a revolver that you can trust when the stakes are high. Number 2. The Smith & Wesson Model 29. You simply cannot talk about 44 Magnum revolvers without mentioning the legend, the Smith & Wesson Model 29. This is the revolver that set the standard way back in the 1950s, and it is still one of the most recognizable handguns that has ever been made. Thanks to Clint Eastwood and Dirty Harry, it became a cultural icon, but its reputation is built on its performance, not just on its Hollywood fame. The Model 29 was the first production revolver that was designed specifically for the 44 Magnum cartridge, and it still carries that heritage with a ton of pride. The blued steel finish, the classic lines, and the perfect balance in your hand make it as much a piece of art as it is a firearm. With barrel options that range from 4 inches all the way up to 8 3/8, you can pick your flavor, whether you want it to be carryable or hunting ready. The recoil is stout, there is no doubt about that, but the Model 29 was always meant to deliver those full-power Magnum loads. And for those who want a little bit less punishment, it will also run 44 Special all day long, which gives you a lot of versatility in how you shoot it. At around $1,300, it is not the cheapest revolver on this list. But when you buy a Model 29, you are buying a piece of American firearms history. It is a revolver that every serious collector or Magnum enthusiast should experience at least once in their life. Number 1. The Colt Anaconda 2021. And at the very top of our list sits the reborn Colt Anaconda. And man, did Colt really knock it out of the park with this one. After being out of production for nearly 2 decades, the Anaconda came back in 2021 with modern machining, improved internals, and all of the classic style that made it so famous in the first place. Colt scaled up the action from their 2020 Python to handle the 44 Magnum, and the result is one of the smoothest double-action triggers in the game. The double-action pull comes in at around 9 pounds, and it is crisp and very controllable, while the single-action breaks at about 5 pounds, which is perfect for precision shooting out in the field. You can get it with either a 6-inch or an 8-inch barrel, both of which are stainless steel with a semi-bright finish that looks absolutely incredible in person. The weight, which is just shy of 3.5 pounds unloaded, helps to soak up that recoil, making it much more shootable than you would expect from a powerhouse revolver, and the accuracy is phenomenal. With the right load, sub-2-inch groups at 50 yards are totally achievable, which puts it in some very rare company for a revolver of this size. The Hogue overmolded grips keep it comfortable, even during those long-range sessions. At around $1,500, the new Anaconda is not cheap, but it is a worthy revival of a true legend. For shooters who want power, precision, and Colt's heritage, all in one package, the Anaconda takes the crown. And there you have it. 6 of the finest 44 Magnum revolvers that you can buy today. From the brute strength of the Taurus Raging Bull and the no-nonsense durability of the Ruger Super RedHawk, to the refined craftsmanship of the Smith & Wesson Model 29 and the reborn Colt Anaconda, this lineup proves why the 44 Magnum is still the king of the big-bore revolver world. What I love most about these revolvers is how each one of them brings something unique to the table. Some of them are built for hunting, some are for collecting, and a few of them even manage to balance both of those roles perfectly. But every single one of them will remind you why the 44 Magnum has earned its reputation as one of the most powerful and versatile handgun cartridges ever made. Let me know which one of these big-bore beasts is your favorite down in the comments below. Do you agree with this list, or is there another 44 Magnum that you think deserves a spot? If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of hand cannons, be sure to hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel for more content on the firearms we all know and love, and share this with a fellow shooter who appreciates some real horsepower. Stay safe, and we'll see you on the range.